As we told you earlier in the newscast, some people are concerned about Senator Joseph Lieberman's position on affirmative action.
Among those concerned are some of Connecticut's own delegates. Let's head back to Fox 61 political reporter Rick Hancock. He's standing by live once again at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And Rick, you're joined by someone who has some opinions on the issue, apparently.
That is correct. Let me just give you an update of what's going on right now. Massachusetts Senator Edward Kennedy just finished speaking. He was introduced by his niece Caroline, but my favorite so far was Luther Vandross. But on a more serious note, as you mentioned, joining me now is Senator Alvin Penn. Senator Lieberman was grilled today by the Congressional Black Caucus on his commitment to civil rights. Have you ever at any time believed that he didn't have a commitment to...
No, I know that there was probably a more problem, I believe, with definition of what affirmative action means. You know, when the senator came out with this issue some time ago, I, as a senator, went on and spoke to him about some of these issues. I knew this would probably be a problem, but, you know, the point is people getting acclimated to who he is and what his views are. You know, yeah, there's some concern about where he's going with the affirmative action, but again, I say it's a lot more with definition. Anybody knows the heart of the man, somebody who has been in the forefront of civil rights, somebody who's been down there in the wealth of oppression down south, going to register blacks to vote, particularly when it's probably dangerous to his life and limb. So I think with that instilled in him, you know, again, probably being redundant, I think it's probably how he defines and how we define our role, what affirmative action should be.
Do you find it troubling that some African-American leaders in Texas, and I know Louis Farrakhan, have questioned him because he's a Jew? Do you think that that's a widespread concern or issue among African-Americans?
No, I don't think it's a fact that he's a Jew. I think there's some barriers that have been broken because he is Jewish and is on the vice presidential ticket. I think it brings hope. You know, I don't want to see people try to take off a scab off an old wound. And quite frankly, I find it reprehensible that somebody would beat up on him because of his race. It's just like I fight folks as well because of their ethnicity. But I think, again, with the affirmative action issue is something that I am probably talking to some of our other legislators here and probably will do a press conference on it so they will understand the man. I thought he'd done well today over the Congressional Black Caucus speaking on the issue.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Senator Penn. That's Alvin Penn from Bridgeport, a Democrat out here in Los Angeles. Now, tomorrow is a big day for Senator Joseph Lieberman. He formally accepts the nomination to become Al Gore's running mate. But, you know, he's not the only Connecticut Democrat that will take the stage tomorrow, but not in prime time. All the congressional Democrats will also have time on the stage to talk to the delegates. Reporting live from Los Angeles at the Democratic National Convention, I'm Rick Hancock. Back to you.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Rick. A quick reminder, folks, to stay tuned for complete convention coverage here on Fox 61, along with reports from Rick and Grand Rampy. We'll bring you Senator Joseph Lieberman's speech live from the convention tomorrow night, right here on the News at 10.
One question you may be asking during the Democratic National Convention is, where is Connecticut Senator Christopher Dodd? That's one story making headlines in tomorrow's Hartford Courant. Dodd is at the convention, and he is still a powerful national presence for Connecticut. And even though he was interviewed for vice president by the Gore team and rejected, he was an inside player in the Lieberman selection and has no regrets about his own fate. And can Connecticut lay claim to the GOP vice presidential choice, too? The one-time keepers of the Cheney silk mill fortune in Manchester think so. They think vice presidential candidate Dick Cheney may be a long-lost relative, so they have a genealogist sorting out for them right now. You'll see those stories in tomorrow's Hartford Courant and on CTNow.com.
Gas prices are going